Professor van Velde, President of the ECCO, welcome. During the upcoming meeting in Amsterdam, the Oncopolicy Forum will take place on Monday, September the 3rd and Tuesday, October the 1st. Can you tell us something about this year's focus of the Oncopolicy Forum and what goals there are?
Yeah, well, this is an important year coming up. We have the plan Horizon 2020, where some 80 billion euros will be spent on research in Europe, and cancer is one of the topics. There will be the European Commissioner responsible for research, and we will discuss there the new topics for research in Europe, and specifically, obviously, those in cancer. That involves precision diagnosis and precision treatment, so more putting into practice latest developments in molecular biology, genomic analysis, and how we can integrate that in good patient care. Obviously, always on the agenda of oncopolicy is inequalities in Europe. What is the basis? It's both economic but also organizational, and how can we improve that? In those panels are all patients involved. One other thing is there will be a presentation of the European Patients' Bill of Rights. That is on behalf of all the cancer patient organizations in Europe, with the scientific organization. A Bill of Rights has been formulated that will be published in the Lancet and describes what is the right of every cancer patient in Europe. And this will be the official presentation of that.
Okay.
Yeah, and that will be more or less organized through the Patient Advisory Committee. Ian Banks is the chair of that from Ireland, and he will announce that. And the Patient Advisory Committee is a standing committee and part of the board of the European Cancer Organization. I'm sorry.
No, okay. Well, that was already, I think, the second question about, because the ECCO places the patient at the heart of all their activities and educational efforts. If you could tell us something how the patient will be involved in the Congress.
Yeah, there are 33 tracks. That is similar as in the previous meeting. However, this meeting is larger than the Swedish meeting. We have well over 18,000 participants. We had well over 3,000 abstracts, but 33 tracks. So there is continuously also a patient track, organized by patients, through patients, with information about what is quality of life, prompts, patient reported outcome measures, how are they recorded, differences within Europe. So there is a full track from the beginning to the end for the patients. And also we bring on Monday, we have a meeting of the Eureka, where we have the European Registration of Cancer Care, where we also have patients organized. And they, for instance, of Eureka Colorectal, where we have with all the organizations in Europe made a structure of diagnosis and treatment in colorectal cancer that has been translated into in a lay document through the patient organizations, Jeffrey Hennings, and he will also go to the European Parliament with this, that this is the basis of diagnosis and treatment for colorectal cancer patients in Europe. European Parliament endorse this and see how it can be implemented in all the countries in Europe.
Okay. And the last question, what are in your opinion important topics in the field of surgical oncology which will be addressed during this year's meeting?
Well, there are many aspects. One thing, still coming back to the patients, for the first time here on Tuesday afternoon, we have a meeting not only for patients but also for those who are interested in oncology and how they know what is going on. So the highlights will be presented. There will be a presentation on image-guided therapy, both radiation oncology, medical oncology, surgery, as well as quality of care. And also we have a track which is a unique and the first time in Amsterdam to stimulate young oncologists, also specifically surgeons. What should you do in your career? How is the oncological world consisting of? How can we exchange information in Europe? Because there is a lot of mobility, and it's also good that young oncologists exchange and have fellowships abroad, despite, of course, the training differences and the language barriers. And specifically, we will also do that for surgeons. We have a young oncologist and a young surgeons society set up 4 years ago through ECCO, and there will be meetings of these young surgeons to stimulate them. And one of the things is, of course, to demonstrate what are the developments. Well, developments are technical developments, as always, both in image guidance as well as in, for instance, robotics, that will be a serious consideration, because you can project information from radiology and performing quite precise an operation under very good view. And also this year, but we have done that before, but this time in 3D, we have training courses before the start, and one of them is on rectal cancer, led by Harm Rutte from Eindhoven, where you can see 3D anatomy and 3D views of operations. So training is always very important in surgical oncology, and ECCO is all about multidisciplinarity. The strength of this conference is that all sessions have an interactions with the other disciplines. And we as surgeons have to learn from the databases in individualizing more treatment. And an important development in surgery, which has already started obviously many years ago, is to put more effort preoperatively, adapt your surgery according to downstaging, and in certain cases perhaps do not perform any surgery at all. And that implies in breast cancer, in colorectal cancer, and is also upcoming in upper GI cancer. So you need careful monitoring and a new type of decision making. And with this Horizon 2020 genomic developments, we also have to incorporate molecular biology in our daily practice, and that's quite a challenge for the coming years. And surgeons have to learn from that.
Okay, well, thank you very much for your time, and good luck with the Congress.
Thank you.